Mostly. One evening I was coming home late. The corridor was darker than usual. One of the bulbs had gone. As I fumbled for my keys, I glanced at his door. The gap at the bottom seemed wider, or maybe my eyes were playing tricks. I saw movement. A shadow. It darted across the sliver of light, too fast for a person, too fluid. It was long and thin, like a whip, or a tentacle. My breath hitched. I froze, staring at the bottom of the door. Was it my imagination? The product of a tired mind? It happened again a few nights later. I was taking out the rubbish. I had to pass his window on the ground floor walkway. The curtains were thin, almost translucent. A faint light emanated from within, and shadows, not one, but several. They writhed on the far wall, twisting, intertwining. They weren't human shapes. They were too tall, too angular, their limbs bent at impossible angles. They moved with a jerky, unnatural grace. My heart hammered against my ribs. I dropped the rubbish bag. It split open. I didn't care. I backed away slowly, then turned and ran, back to the relative safety of my own flat. I slammed the door, locked it, bolted it. My hands were shaking. What had I seen? Were they guests? Friends of Mr. Eldridge? No human moved like that. No human cast shadows like those. The humming started early that night. It sounded different, louder, more insistent, almost triumphant. I huddled on my sofa, wrapped in a blanket. The shadows from my own room seemed to dance with a new, malevolent energy. They were mocking me. Section 5. The weight of a gaze, unblinking eyes. The encounters became more frequent, or perhaps I was just more attuned to his presence. One afternoon I was waiting for the lift. The doors opened, and there he was, Mr. Eldridge, standing perfectly still, right in the middle. He hadn't pressed any buttons, he was just there, as if he was waiting for me. His eyes, those terrible, unblinking eyes, they locked onto mine. I felt a cold dread wash over me. My feet felt rooted to the spot. I couldn't move, couldn't speak, couldn't breathe. He didn't say a word, just stared. His gaze was heavy, penetrating, like he could see right through me, see my fear, see my racing heart. There was no expression on his face, no anger, no curiosity, just a blank, knowing intensity. The lift doors started to close, slowly, agonizingly slowly. I wanted to look away, but I couldn't. His eyes held me captive. They were wide. The pupils were tiny pinpricks, black holes in a sea of pale gray. It felt like minutes passed, but it was probably only seconds. Just before the doors sealed completely, a tiny muscle twitched at the corner of his mouth. Was it a smile, or a grimace? I couldn't tell. Then he was gone. The lift began its slow descent. I was left standing in the corridor, shaking. My breath came in ragged gasps. I felt violated, as if his gaze had touched something deep inside me, something private. I stumbled back to my flat, my sanctuary, but it didn't feel safe anymore. His presence had breached its walls. I started using the stairs after that, all 3 flights. It was tiring, but preferable to another encounter in that metal box. I avoided the corridor as much as possible. I'd peer through my spy hole before opening the door. Checking, always checking. But sometimes, I'd catch him, a fleeting glimpse as he retreated into his flat, or I'd feel his